I believe we are live. My phone still says waiting for BFL Reacts. Yep. We are. Okay. Cool. Now, how about those new episodes, guys? I think that this was the best week yet, personally. As far as season 3 goes. Check my phone real quick to see. We have some people rolling, have some people trickle in. I understand it can take a minute or two. But, with most of the past episodes, okay, let me get situated. This is gonna be noisy. My squeaky ass chair. I need to get a new one. But with most of these season 3 episodes, I feel like there is a definitive best one. Each week. But this week, both episodes were so good in different ways. It's really hard for me to choose and decide which one I like the best. Hello, Riley. Hello, Michael. Gabrazilla was here mad early, and they just posted the copy and pasted what I was saying. I guess I don't know what was up with that. Hello, Paul. I guess I'll start a poll now and leave it up for a long time. Hello, Cartoonish Claude. Best episode this week. Fight at the museum and temple frogs. Because I'm really curious. I haven't watched any reaction videos myself for this episode yet. So the only discussion I've seen is Twitter. And Twitter is kind of nuts. So I'm really curious what you guys are going to say. Polly would probably slay in Monkey Ball. Joey, yes, they were both so good. Absolutely. I spilt tea on my kitty cat blanket. How tragic. I got the purple kitties. Well, they're gray and white kitties, but the blanket is purple. I think it's going to be pretty split on favorite episodes, because they were both so good, but in different ways. I think, people that are more interested in the action adventure type thing and the lore are really gonna love Fight at the Museum, and the people that enjoy the sentimentality and heart that the show has are really going to love Temple Frogs. What's up, JFM? The flies were weak. I mean, it's fine. I think it's fine to have weak sauce enemies like that in this kind of show. I mean, they were more kind of surveillance drones. It is, well, I guess the frog sent them because he didn't want to be seen himself. We actually have a name for him in the credits now. I think it said Cloak Frog was his name. Ethan, this stream is going to be like pretty much mostly Amphibia talk. But my favorite character would be Molly. Great episodes. By the Museum was better because Dr. Jan. Oh, also Dr. Jan, I really do like her. Mrs. Boonchoy saying that people took care of them. That was a really heartwarming moment. I really loved it. I think his name is Cloak Frog. But I'd have to check the credits again. I don't remember. You choose the Buddha Frogs as best episode. Watch episode with your friend. Is your friend Ty, JFM? You love how Disney Channel is now airing Amphibia and the Ghost of Molly McGee side by side. Yes, that is crazy. And the episode of Molly McGee that aired was about a relationship between a Thai mother and grandmother and featured like a Thai wedding. It was like Thai Saturday. Very interesting. Oh yeah, Polly being bilingual was super funny and unexpected. I love that. Hi Max Don. It was going around on Twitter and Matt Brawley shared it, so I guess it is accurate that the voice actress for Polly in the Thai dub helped coach what's her name? Amanda Layton is Polly's voice actress. Helped coach Amanda Layton to get good pronunciation. That's really, really fun and cool trivia. Also, I really loved the... See, I don't know. I felt like Temple Frogs was better, but then all the moments like, oh, I love this moment, I love this moment, are from Temple Frogs. Of course, the photorealistic planters was amazing. Super unexpected, super funny. Yeah, the Temple and the not Temple and the Frog, Princess and the Frog ties are really fun. Well, thank you for stopping by for a couple minutes, Maxdon. I'm actually feeling really good right now. I was feeling kind of crappy this morning, and I was like kind of dreading doing the stream, to be honest. But I took a shower and cracked open my my berry green tea, and I'm kind of feeling good right now. The planters suck at disguising. They get away with it because it is cartoony logic, right? I saw a Twitter post that was like, boy, Anna and the Planters sure are lucky that every other character in the show is dumb as fuck. In regards to her mom believing that the drones were paparazzi things. That was pretty funny. Yeah, the government is definitely coming, for sure. Yeah, that is a good point, W. Gibson. They're just, like I said in Turning Point, those are they're cannon fodder, right? You know, they're not meant to be like legitimate threats. I guess their numbers can be overwhelming. Yeah, they're definitely gonna get caught. The government's gonna come in, and I guess I will kind of lead into some general criticisms of season 3 that people have been having. A lot of people felt like Anne returning wasn't really treated like such a big deal. Like, in real life, you know, if a 13-year-old girl is missing for 5 months and then suddenly resurfaces, that's like a national news story. You know, obviously the police are very much involved. I feel like that's kind of a valid complaint, but to me, this is very much a cartoony world that is different from our own, you know, where characters can rebuild demolished homes in mere seconds. So I feel like while that is a valid thing to feel, I don't necessarily knock it against the show. But something that does bother me a bit more is, you know, Marcy and Sasha's parents. But it is possible there is like an in-universe reason that, you know, that there's been no interaction there. And it may come into play later, but also maybe not. And also, I think the government getting involved will lead to, you know, more focus on Anne's disappearance. Like, hey, what the hell was going on there? You're just watching a small pink frog monster talking. I have seen the episode descriptions. I try to just like read them and then let them wash out of my mind, and try not to linger in thought on them. I would probably prefer to totally be blind, but since I'm really involved on Amphibia Twitter because I love the fan art, I love the discussion, the memes, it's kind of just impossible to be involved there and not see the episode descriptions. I walk like a human. Yeah, she was doing her little strut. Let me get the game going. And this is going to be like discussion central. The game is just something for me to mindlessly do and for you guys to have something to look at. Let me know how the volume is. I don't want it to be too loud that it's distracting, but I also want it to be audible. How long have we been going? 10 minutes? 10 minutes of pure discussion before I zone out a little bit. You think it's because Frobo eventually become an RC car? Yeah, we see that on the poster. It's kind of weird that they put that on the poster. We also saw... I don't know, we see Frobo becomes an RC car, but we also saw, like, the washing machine thing. So I'm guessing the washing machine shot is going to be in the Fixing Frobo episode, and then at the end, the RC car becomes, like, a more permanent body. What is next week? It's Fixing Frobo and Terminator. I think those are going to be 2 really good episodes. I'm pretty sure that we are going to meet those like engineer girls from the intro. Wallace Shawn voices either the principal of Anne's school or the mayor of Anne's city. I don't know. It's so weird to not see a black screen. Yeah, last week we had issues with the the Elgato and OBS. And those issues aren't totally resolved. I had some issues on my Luigi's Mansion stream. But I think I figured out what that issue was, and it was a different issue. So maybe we're good now. That was still a good stream last week, just talking and having fun. Is it too loud? Or are you being a troll, little poopy face? Do I think Season 3A will end on a cliffhanger? I think that Season 3A straight up ends on the reveal of what happened to Marcy. And because of that, I feel like it was probably a mistake to put it in the... What is it? Pocket of 15 balls? Okay, yeah, that's it. I feel like the shot of Marcy is probably going to be the finale shot. Or in the last episode at least, so you could maybe criticize them for putting that in the trailer, but I think they also really wanted everyone to have some hype. What is crazy is that all the scenes in the OP in Season 3 trailer have been like the first few episodes. I mean, there's still some stuff, and I think it's kind of easy to tell what stuff is going to be like when. I don't know. Yeah, the Christmas episode is the Season 3A finale. Mid-season finale, I guess. You wish you were surprised when Marcy turns evil? Damn you for having me read Marcy. That's valid, but, I mean, then, I don't know, it's hard to know how to feel. Because it's like, you could say it's on you to kind of avoid the trailer, but also it's a trailer, so people aren't really going to spoiler tag it or anything. I don't know. Episode focused entirely on King Andreas. I think that in Season 3B, we are going to have an episode that is pretty much like a flashback episode showing what happened with Andreas and his friends in the past. I think it's going to be pretty fun. That's definitely an expectation that I have for later in the show. Because I think even Matt Brawley was like, there's a lot of history there that it could be like even its own spinoff. God damn it, I scratched. The Gideon doll in the Season 3 opening. Yes, it actually wasn't in the opening that they showed at the end of True Colors. That was something that they added. Every time the show went into hiatus, we're left on cliffhangers. Literal cliffhangers. Well, our hiatuses have started off with... They've been the Season 1 finale. Night at the Museum... Not Night at the Museum. Day at the Aquarium. Which, yeah, is kind of a cliffhanger with, you know, King Andreas having a proposition for Marcy. And then True Colors, which was nuts. Union and Olivia fail to rescue Marcy. I agree with what you say, Gibson. robot's identity gets revealed and the FBI starts getting in the mix. Wouldn't be too surprised if Andreas just came to Earth to do the job himself. That's like maybe getting into series finale stuff. I do wonder, like, Anne has to get back to Amphibia at some point, right? Are her parents going to come? I'm very curious. Yeah, replacing Marcy with with Domino was pretty funny. Nothing about the night. Yeah, well, it's potentially an Ulm. Actually, no, it has like all the eyes. We don't know shit about that dude. You're right. I'm very curious what's going on with him. I'm wondering about the Ulms with this, like, that little thing. Is it going to be related to the Ulms from Quartler's Pass, or is that just like a coincidence? Hard to tell. 9, not 10. I think, yeah, Jude, I think that the season 3 finale is probably going to be like a 2-parter, like 40-minute episode, if I had to guess. Yeah, I was really surprised by how short the hiatus was between season 2 and 3. Pretty crazy. I was definitely expecting 2022 before we got more Amphibia. But also, like, I'm new to watching cartoons as they air, so I don't really know how long it usually takes. But, like, the Owl House one between the seasons was pretty good. This dude is pocketing all of them. That's kind of scary. Yeah, the Owl House hiatus was pretty long. I also think it's kind of weird that they haven't confirmed the amount of episodes in Season 3, or that this is the final season. Usually when it's a show's final season, they're like, they hype it up as the final season, you know, don't they? Or am I just making that up? Cloak Frog will get involved with Mr. X. I don't see why Mr. X would help him. I think Mr. X is... I don't even know if he's necessarily super evil. He's just probably going to be trying to figure out what the fuck's going on, which is going to put him in an antagonistic role. I guess we'll just have to see. Yeah, the temples did have the Ulm designs all over it, but I'm wondering, like, what the significance of that is. Are we gonna see Valeriana again? Probably. But, hiccup. In what capacity? Yeah, I've heard that the Steven bombs were pretty bad. I wasn't watching Steven Universe as it aired. But I had never heard complaints about Gravity Falls, the way that aired. They do for sure. We already know they confirmed Owl House episode run, and that was greenlit after Amphibia. Yeah, so it's so weird that they haven't hyped up this as the final season. And, like, that kind of makes me excited that we're going to get more, but god damn it. But I also don't want to get my hopes up and be disappointed, you know? Because Matt has, like, very blatantly said several times how he likes the 3-act structure. Steven Bombs is how they referred to the way that Steven Universe was aired. I think that they would have several month-long hiatuses, and then they'd, like, air an episode every week, and then it'd go on hiatus again. That's how I understood it. A knockoff series? Possible. Really hope we end with a movie. I think that's probably more likely than getting another season, to be honest. Maybe the reason they're not hyping it up as the final season is there's going to be like a big movie finale, right? Oh, and they hype that up as, you know, the end of Amphibia. That'd be cool. I'd be into that for sure. I'm sucking. This computer is gonna win. The Cloak Frog things in the promo might be from Froggy Little Christmas. Maybe. I assumed it was from Anne's Terminator. I guess we'll see. If you're referring to, like, the scenes where he has, like, replaced his limbs and stuff. Speaking of that, okay, Temple Frogs is still in the lead. I'm like really scatterbrained right now. But speaking of Cloak Frog, I've always been kind of just memeing about, you know, Sasha losing an eye and Anne losing an arm. But then the Cloak Frog lost an eye and lost an arm. Am I just like psycho? Like, am I making up these connections or what? It's driving me nuts. Hey, Thidges. No, we were just saying we hope that the series ends with a movie. What would I name the final episode? I don't know what's gonna happen in the final episode, so that's hard to answer. Something hype, though. Cartoon Crave interview. Matt said there might be a season 4. Have I seen the Cartoon Crave interview? Is that new? When was that? Because I watched watched an interview before season 3 and listened to 2. Do I think that Valeriana is immortal? Yeah, I did see that Troy Blaker voices Cloak Frog, so that's interesting. But I think that Valeriana is immortal. That's certainly possible. Well, Valeriana is, like, not a newt, right? She's a salamander, or is, like, a salamander a type of newt? Isn't Lady Olivia also a salamander? I don't know. So, like, if, you know, Andreas living so long, if his frog and toad friend also live so long, maybe Valeriana is, like, a salamander equivalent of, like, a long, maybe not necessarily immortal, but long-living being. It's possible. You don't think Cloak Frog will lose as an eye? Yeah, well, he had his eye, like, shattered by Anne in a fight at the museum. Cloak Frog is what that, is what the robot that is pursuing them in Amphibia Season 3 is referred to in the credits for the new episode, Thidges. We finally got, like, some kind of name for him. Let's go. Cloak Frog because he can cloak himself. I mean, you know, so. It's not, like, the best name, but it's cool to have something to call him now. Maybe he'll get a different name later. Let's go! I think Anne parents will see her new powers. Definitely at some point. Possibly in Anne's Terminator, even. I don't know. I think Anne's Terminator is going to be, like, a pretty huge episode. But I think, obviously, they're going to find out, you know, some of the stuff. How did I make that, dude? They're going to find out about some of the things Anne has been not entirely truthful about. And I'm interested to see how that's going to be. I feel like her parents are going to be pretty hurt. But also, I totally understand why Anne omitted some things. Like, some pretty heavy stuff, you know, going on. I don't know. Yeah, I did know that Frobo is voiced by Matt Brawley. And also, I'm pretty sure that Thai dancer that was showing Hot Pop how to do the dance was also voiced by Matt Brawley. When I was editing my video, I was like, that sounds just like that guy. And then I saw that Matt Brawley provided additional voices in the credits, so I'm pretty sure that was him.
Break shot.
I think that Anne Brawley has been doing a good job the whole time. I think she's really good. I didn't mean to do that. OMG what, Gabrizilla? Just, what, Matt Brawley voicing these characters, or... Bananas on that pool ball. But yeah, super excited to see how things continue. I've been enjoying the season. Like I said, people have their complaints, you know, about the parents and about, like, police. And I think their complaints are valid. The police thing doesn't bother me. the girl's parents kind of does bother me, but I'm also waiting it out to see if there's a reason. Yeah, Chuck. I knew that. That was the first thing I knew. I didn't know that he voiced Frobo until, like, the end of... after, like, Season 2 was over. That's Bat's mom's voice acting. Yeah, that's so cool. I love that, he was like, she's so happy to, like, be, like, part of his thing. I think that's so sweet. I'm super glad for her. And him. I think it's just adorable. Yeah, Thidges, but I don't remember what it is. Like I said, I kinda just try to memory hole all of the episode synopsis is. How do you say that word? Is it synopses? Synopsises? I think I've said it different every time. I kind of just try to memory hole that stuff to, like, be blind, but it is impossible for me to not see it at all. The slim, long-armed, sharp-clawed robot with the wires on his short stomach that tried to assassinate Anne. What? Yeah, that's the Cloakbot. W. Gibson. You would assume. That's, what else would be the Cloakbot in the credits for the new episode, right? So it seems like people generally prefer Temple Frogs. I'm gonna leave the poll up. I hope Amphibia has as many seasons as SpongeBob. I don't. Because when things go on for that long, they tend to start to decline. I hope that the show goes on for as long as there's a story to tell. That's how I feel. You know, you can't make every good thing last forever. That's just not how it works, unfortunately. Damn, I made one of his. Kate Micucci's character. Does she... Oh yeah, I forgot she voiced someone. The Olms are in every temple. Yeah. Interesting details. I'm really wondering what's up with the Olms. I feel Anne's gonna have an emotional breakdown after her parents find out about her powers. Probably. There's definitely a breakdown coming. I mean, we're seeing signs of it already. The girl isn't getting any sleep. And stressing herself the hell out, you know. That's what Temple Frogs had a big emphasis on. Or not Temple Frogs, Violet Museum, and it was also present in Temple Frogs. Mr. Meme, I haven't seen any confirmation of that. Everyone's been, like, saying that, including myself, but I've seen no confirmation about it, which is really curious, to say the least. Guess we'll just see if it's the final season. You're a huge SpongeBob fan. SpongeBob shouldn't have ended, like, a lot of seasons ago. I mean, that's fair. I just don't watch it anymore. Like, sometimes I throw on Nicktoons and there's an episode. I don't know. The last time, like, I really religiously watched SpongeBob is... What year is it? 2021? How old am I? 23? I don't know. Probably when I was, like, 14 or something. It's been a minute. I did enjoy the second SpongeBob movie, but I never saw the third. I watched an episode of the Patrick Star Show. I didn't like it. You think it'll be confirmed it's the final season after the Christmas episode is aired? Maybe, yeah, maybe they're just saving that hype for the mid-season, for the second half of the season. It's hard to tell. Time will tell. Taking photos is set up and for Marcy and Sasha's parents to show up? Possibly, because, I mean, like, while Anne has been, you know, going around, right? There's been no, like, advertising that she is back. They're not like, hey, our daughter's back, everybody. You know, she just kind of showed back up to work. She showed up to the Thai temple. They're kind of trying to downplay it. So it may take a little bit of time for, you know, those parents to find out. And it's been a week, right? oh, maybe a little over a week now. At least 8 days. You feel like it'll be more impactful when the show finally confronts Sasha and Marcy being missing. Their parents don't care. I don't think that's going to happen. Maybe Sasha's parents. We don't know anything about them, but I'd be surprised if that's the case for Marcy's parents. They seemed relatively normal. Like, all we know about Sasha's life is that she's throwing a house party at age 13, which is kind of fucking weird. And has a pool. So she's probably a bit on the wealthier side. Yeah, Jude, he did say that in an interview, and he also mentioned that they cope in different ways. So it's the parents are the thing that I think most people want to see the most. So it is kind of infuriating having to wait. But I think that when we finally meet them, there is going to be like a legitimate reason that we didn't just immediately meet them, right? There's probably justification for it. If not, I'll be a little disappointed, I'm not gonna lie, but we won't know until we get there. When do we meet Human Hot Pop? Yes, I want to meet him too. And I also want to know if he's voiced by Bill Farmer. I think it's possible that Marcy's parents have moved. If Marcy's parents moved and Sasha's parents like don't give a fuck about her, then boom, we have the justification, right? Right off the top. Like, we've got our justification for why we haven't had that plot thread addressed yet. You think since Andreas knows that Anne can control her powers, he could use it against her, or can't control her powers? I mean, yeah, I think... How would he use it against her, though? Anyways, I think that Anne's powers are going to be revealed when she has to use them to protect her parents. But, I mean, that's kind of a cold read, right? I feel like that's a... Good job. I feel like that's a pretty easy way to go about it. But I think it's the most likely. Just because it's easy doesn't mean it's bad. And the sensitivity on this is kind of crazy. I think Sasha will have a Disney classic dad. Is going to get Milk. Marcy's parents likely left when she didn't turn up. Probably not immediately. But, I mean, it has been 5 months. We might meet them the Christmas episode. Possibly. Thought about Anne's comment that her powers made her feel bad. I mean, you could read that as just them like oh man, that was way too light. You could read that as just them having... Yo, that was godly. You could read that as them just having a reason for her to not use them at every opportunity. I don't really read it that way. I feel like there's a lot more to that, and I don't know what exactly, but I think we're going to find out. And potentially... Shit, dude, doesn't that mean I lose? That's so sad. I think we're going to find out in what I think is going to be a flashback episode. In Season 3B. We're going to find out the origin of the box, gems, what happened with Andreas and his friends. Sasha's voice actress did say that Season 3B gets cosmic? Whatever the hell that means. So very, very excited. John Goodman. Is John Goodman in this season? Has that been confirmed? Why would John... I don't necessarily see John Goodman voicing a little tiny man. It's canon that realistic planters is the way that Anne sees them, because they're nightmare fuel. I think you can perceive that however you want. You can see that as that's how they look in universe, sure, or you can just see it as a bit of a gag. I think either way is fine. Imagining them looking like that, and Hot Pop just has like Play-Doh on his nose, and glasses, and that's pretty funny. Marcy's parents probably have already moved. I think it's possible. Bit of a bold statement, but you theorize Marcy whether she lives or dies by the end of the story. I think all the girls are going to be living on Earth. I mean, Marcy's arc is that, like, her escapism is unhealthy. Oh, that was horrible. So I'd be very shocked if she lives in Amphibia, continues to.
Free drop.
What do I think about the Skit Man? The Skit Man drives me nuts. I think about it every day. Like, I literally think about it every day. Where the hell did this thing come from? You know, if the box has been on Earth for 1,000 years, I think that... This dude hits the ball hard every time. What the hell? If the box has been on Earth for 1,000 years, ever since the pink frog, presumably Sprig's ancestor, stole it, I think that it is most likely that there's another way to Amphibia. Whether... Why is he goated, though? Whether that's another Calamity box, or some other type of way to use a portal? Don't know. I agree, W. Gibson. That's what I think. It's possible, Jude. Well, I mean, Andreas's game plan is to go to Earth anyway, you know, Anne or not. Skitman is important. When has Matt mentioned that, JFM? I don't mean to, like, call you out, but, like, can I get a source on that, homie? Because that shit has driven me nuts. See, that's the thing with Amphibia. You know, sometimes it takes a long time to get the payoff, right? Like, actually, pretty often it takes a long time to get payoff in this show. Which drives me nuts, but I also like it, because it's like, did they forget about this plot thread? Like, because sometimes there are just, like, dropped plot threads, like, you know, Hot Pop's rebellion things. That was kind of dropped. And that was kind of disappointing to me. But then, so much other stuff comes into play later. I don't know. And what if Hot Pop's, you know, rebellion thread isn't dropped? Like, what if that really leads into people joining Sasha? What if every, you know, history of the Planters and a family shrub comes into play? Like, I'm gonna lose my mind. It's hard to tell when your story is told over the course of years, like, you know? You didn't agree with that, my opinion that Anne's mom should have let her go to the museum. See, that wasn't necessarily my opinion. Maybe I worded it wrong. My opinion was Anne's mom was totally in the right. Because she doesn't really know the severity of the situation. What bothered me, like, I feel what bothered me was that Anne was like, yeah, maybe I should hang out here, despite knowing that she had a lead. I think that the episode would have worked better if it was mostly the same, but Anne didn't know that she had a lead. If she really wanted to get there, you know, with no promise of progress, right? If I just need to be there, it really doesn't change much. And everyone's like, Anne, just take it easy, you know? We can relax here. And she's like, I need to get there. And it's driving her nuts, and it's unhealthy. Without knowing that there's a lead. But, and then her coming to accept it, right? And then maybe Dr. Jam pulls up at the end. I don't know. It just felt kind of weird to me. A lot of people disagree with me. Almost everybody. Matt labeled the future of the Skitman as spoilers. Thank you so much, Weenie Hut Seniors. That brings me, like, so much joy, honestly, because I thought it was totally forgotten. You think the Mother of Olms might have something to do with the... You mean the Olms from Quarreller's Pass, W. Gibson? Yeah, Mr. Meme, but why would Marcy have a skip man? And also, how would it have ended up there? Because, you said a random trader found it. But why would Marcy have a skip man? She's a 13-year-old girl in 2019. Why would she have outdated 90s tech like that? Oh, that was way too light. Idiot. Stupid. You asked Matt in his AMA if there's any other big civilizations in Amphibia like Newtopia, and he answered spoilers. Interesting. Well, see, the thing is, like, is Amphibia the continent, or is that the whole world? Like, Hop Hop is the flat earther, right? So is that map of Amphibia that we see in the intro when it pulls out, is that the whole world? Or is that just a continent? What lies outside of Amphibia? I think he has talked about this in a Q&A. I'm pretty sure he said it's just the continent, but that we won't go outside of that continent. I'm like 90% certain he said that. Is Amphibia the whole world? Well, never mind, I'm full of shit. Don't listen to a single thing I say. You think that there were multiple Calamity boxes? I don't know, but see... Sure, maybe there may be multiple tools to use the box, but are there more than one, like, gem or crystal or stone, whatever they're called in the show? I don't remember. Are there more than just the 3 of those that power the Calamity box? Amphibia is just one big island? JFM, you probably can't post links in the chat. But I've browsed through one of the AMAs. Didn't he do 2? I browsed through at least one of them. Amphibia is the whole world. It kind of just drives me nuts that there's a world that's a whole island. I get it's like an alternate dimension or whatever, so it doesn't have to follow like our, you know, line of logic. But the idea of like just like a flat plane of existence existing totally independently on its own, and there's like no other continents. Is there like outer space? Like everything like that kind of makes my brain not work when I try to think about that. In Spaghetti School there's a globe and it is flat Earth. Interesting. Okay. Jude, I don't think you're entirely off base there. I think it's very, very possible that Sasha, or Marcy, god damn, Marcy frees herself. I think that's entirely possible. Probably even likely. JFM, as far as relevance, it's probably not super relevant, just world building. Amphibia has a lot of that kind of stuff. I just set him up for a perfect shot like an idiot. You think it's more probable to have more gems than boxes? Interesting. Earth used to just be one big island. Yeah, but we also weren't flat. You saw a theory Mistress Croaker is the pink frog. I haven't even read the rest of your comment yet, but I can tell you I don't believe that. I don't believe that theory. But let me see what else you got to say. Woggle says she looked just as old when he was a kid. Well, we saw... That can't be true, because we saw pictures of young Hot Croaker. As Ann said, Hot Croaker. I'm not saying Hot Croaker. Archie looks like the knight. Nah. That's fun fan theory stuff, but... I don't think that's likely or possible, really. Hey, you're finally back. Hey, Michael Savage. On Earth, that you think that there is a second box that exists, and we'll find it. I don't know. I mean, it's possible, right? Like, if the pink frog came to Earth, who's to say what other amphibious creatures could be on Earth, right? We could have some giant, like... messed up stuff like the Ohms from Quarler's Pass, like living underground. It's hard to tell, or in the ocean, right? Yeah, Mr. Meme, that's very possible. I guess there could potentially be like a calamity box on every like plane of existence. What did Andrea say? There's like 9 realms or something. It's possible that there's some way to travel. I'd say it's likely there's a way to travel from each of them. It's possible that maybe they were like kind of open borders in the past before Andrea started fucking shit up. I don't know. I know Matt has said we aren't really going to explore the other realms because it's an Amphibia story. But that's kind of disappointing, I won't lie. Do I notice how Wurtwood is the only place in Amphibia that multiple species of amphibians live in the same place? That's not necessarily true. There are some other creatures in Utopia, aren't there? I think that there's a little toad in Utopia. Not toad, but a little frog. I think I saw that in Marcy's takeover. And also, what's the deal with salamanders? Are salamanders a type of newt? I don't understand that. Is this dude's gimmick he goes full power every time? You think the Destiny it mentioned on the vase is the one in the opening card mural? No, I think the opening card mural is the prophecy from... I don't even know where people translated that shit. I guess from one of the temples about the night. The Olms is something different. But what, though? Are the Olms good? The box feels like something directly from Amphibia. Yeah, because, you know, but maybe that's because it's Amphibia's box, right? Like, what if there's, like, not necessarily a Calamity box, but something equivalent on Earth? You wonder what the original purpose of the box was before it was weaponized. That's a good point. I don't know, dude. There's so much, and there's so many questions. It's like, what are we going to get into it, or are we not? Hard to tell. They also theorized that there were multiple gems, but their holders were humans. Interesting. Yeah, Amphibia is so fun, Utopia. Going back to what I said previously about the Hot Popper Revolution, you think that will come back into play because there's been lots of establishment of the Amphibia political system? Sure, but what I was saying about that was more, if you... I know a lot of people came to my reactions later, but if you watch my Marcy at the Gates reaction, and the episodes in Season 2 before that, between Reunion and that, I thought that it was going to come more into play. I thought that Hot Pop was going to be arrested when they got to Utopia, even. Granted, I didn't realize at that time that Grime was kind of acting of his own volition. I didn't quite understand the relationship between the Newts and Toads at that point. But it just felt like something that wasn't seen to its max potential. But also, we're not at the end of the series yet, so it's hard to tell. Correct, Mr. Meme. The establishment of the Frog Toad hierarchy. I'm getting behind, so I'm going to read silently quickly. Like Wurtwood versus Andreas is screwed. Joey says, I looked it up and apparently newt is used to refer to salamanders that spend the majority of their time on land. So all newts are salamanders, but not vice versa. So kind of like frogs and toads, right? But why don't they have the same like difference in classification in society as frogs and toads? Or do they have even... I don't know. That's interesting. Probably just thinking too much about it. Doesn't really matter. Who the heck is calling me? I'm not going to answer that. I am going to go to the bathroom real quick, though. I will be back real quick. I have a small bladder. Ugh. I am back. Ugh. Ugh. Poll is at 50-50 exactly. Very interesting. Like I said, I thought that this week would be split. Confirmed 4th Calamity Gem. Polly has Calamity Power. That'd be funny. Ugh. Start a ruckus while I'm gone. You waited too long. I'm back. Do you guys think time travel is going to come into play? If the Calamity Box can help you transcend space, who's to say it can't help transcend time, right? Has anyone ever put forth that possibility before? Because I've thought it, and like, I don't know, time travel seems like kind of a cliche, because it happens a lot, but also it's kind of an isekai, which is already kind of cliche. Possibly, Mr. Meme. Time travel? That would be hilarious. It seems like a jump the shark moment. Kind of, yeah. But I'd be lying if I said I hadn't considered the possibility. Not necessarily that I want it, but it's just something I thought of. And my reason for thinking it is stupid, admittedly. Matt Brawley said a lot of Season 1 elements return in Season 3B. And like, I literally have no clue what the hell that could possibly mean. Because you think the stakes are probably just going to get elevated as the series nears its end, right? But Season 1 was like the lowest stakes part of the show. So what the hell did he mean when he said that? It kind of drives me crazy. Giant voodoo lizard. You really want to know the exact moment Wartwood goes into their farming state like they are now? Were they brainwashed by the night? Probably not brainwashed by the night, probably just oppressed by society. The Grubhog and Return of the Spore. Unlikely, but that would be kind of funny. Wow, that was horrible. Maybe Hot Pop's gourd juice will come back. What, his snake oil that he was selling that one time? That Anne made him sell? Back when she was a little shit. Calamity Polly, oh lord. A lot of people say that Polly was the scariest one out of all the hyper-realistic Planters, but for me it was Sprig. He just looked so gross. He looked older too. He looked older than 10. But I don't think Hot Pop's book said that about the Olms. His book was like, hey yo, this shit is dangerous. That's kind of all it said. So it's hard to tell. You hope that guy who got snatched by the Dragonfly in episode 1 finally gets put down. I hope that the series ends showing that he is not put down. Didn't Handy Ann open with that guy being like, I'm still up here? Funny stuff. When Ann drank Hot Pop's Gore Juice and starts tripping on it. Oh, that Gore Juice. Season 1 element coming back. Is it Hot Pop yearning for death? Is that going to be the returning element? Am I getting a double? Let's go, godly. Yeah, but that Matt saying that about the season 1 elements is the thing that has me like probably the most curious about the show. At present, at least. Also the skip man. Also everything. There's a lot of things I'm curious about. Polly will lose her legs. Oh my god. That'd be fucked up. That would be evil. They wouldn't do that. Oh, am I crazy or... I noticed this. I don't know if anyone else noticed this or pointed it out, but was when Polly used her tongue in Fight at the Museum the first time she'd used her tongue in a frog-like way? What if when the pink frog went to Earth, Andreas made a cover-up story saying the box was dangerous and it killed her and the box with it? Wait, hold up. I don't know. Like, so you guys don't think that Sprig's parents are dead, right? At least not both of them. Am I the only one that thinks that they're still alive? Because, like, what if... I don't know. What if the Herons have something to do with the Calamity Box? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why I got so frozen up on that. Hey, poopy face. In order for Calamity Box to transcend reality, you must give up her legs. You think they are alive in Amphibia? Oh, let's go. People on Amphibia Twitter and subreddit and Discord are freaking rabid for Anne to lose an arm and Sasha to lose an eye. I would kind of like for that to happen. Whether or not I think it's going to happen is a different story. It would be fun. Damn, that was the worst possible shot I could do. If Planter parents are dead, it would be too late to bring them into the show. I don't know. I do not know. That dude just almost lost. You think they faked their deaths? How would Sprig parents end up on Earth? I don't know. We don't necessarily know that the Calamity Box has been there since the Pink Frog took it there 1,000 years ago. I mean, after all, the Skip Man ended up in Amphibia. How did that get there? So many possible threads and directions to take the show. If I make this, it's godly. I'm not godly. Planter parents are gone? I don't know. It just feels so weird. That just feels like, I don't know, the way that it was told just felt so mysterious. Like, and they were never seen again after the herons came. That just, it feels so, I don't know. It just doesn't sit right with me. I don't know, dude. It just seems kind of sus.
Free drop.
I don't know. Maybe that's just me being cynical. I always assume if a death isn't seen, that it didn't happen. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm just holding on to this for nothing. But I always just kind of felt like it was obvious they're not dead. They're not dead? I don't know, dude. People are making me doubt it. Doubt myself. I don't know if they're dead or not. Y'all are making me doubt my whole life. There was also a Skitman case at the end of Adventures of Cat Sitting? Was there? I don't think I've seen anyone point that out or talk about that. I don't... That's kind of making me lose my mind now. Because I had just assumed that Skitman... Where was it? Was it in their house, Weenie Hut Senior? Because I'd always assumed that the Skitman was, you know, comparable to a Walkman in our world. But if the Skitman is, like, modern tech, then that... I don't know. Maybe it was just Marcy's. That'd be kind of disappointing. Typhoid Sprig missed his mom. Yeah. I can make any? Why? Whatever. Didn't hate hard enough. It was the one Domino knocked down at the end. It was at the end? I'll have to look that up. We didn't see Marcy with a Skitman in any of the Earth flashbacks, did we? I don't believe you, Poopy Face, because other people said that, Matt Brawley said that Skitman was spoiler territory. You're gonna have to provide some receipts, Poopy Face. Provide them on Twitter. This dude is going off. The fuck? There's a Skitman case and disc. But what would they be trying to tell us with that? Anne's mom has been to Amphibia. That'd be so stupid, dude. Matt didn't say it was spoilery, but two people said this. Dude, Poopy Face, you don't have the best rep around here, man. I believe them over you. You're a shit starter. Damn it. Bye, Michael Savage. Thanks for coming around. Mr. Boon Choi is Andreas the whole time. That'd be pretty nuts. Poopy Face, but show yourself. They said it was in the Q&A. They read it themselves. They might have even said that they asked him themselves in the Q&A. I'm scrolling up in chat now, Poopy Face. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. Oh no, they said they asked about other civilizations. I don't know. I'm pretty active on Amphibia Twitter, and I didn't see anyone talking about this supposed rumor, Poopy Face. Disinformation is running rampant in the Amphibia fandom. This happens in every cartoon fandom. People just say shit. Oh, the creator said this. No, the fuck they didn't. People just say that shit all the time. It's pretty funny. People say, this is canon. The creator confirmed it. No, the hell they did not. On the True Colors hype stream before the episodes aired? It's been a while since I saw that. Skipman is not nothing. It was like the whole point of an episode was getting the Skipman. That's not nothing. You're nothing, poopy face. How about that? You sent a photo of the scene you were talking about on Twitter. Let me check. Weenie Hut Senior. Plot twist. Newtopia is New York. Ooh. What does that mean? What does that mean? You're fine, poopy face. I'm gonna have to research it myself. This media is hidden. Oh, is that to prevent dick pics? We have a picture of the Skip Man. Oh, let me put it on stream. Pull up OBS. This is the Skip Man shot. I think Domino hopped up there to lick his crotch afterwards. Towards the end of the episode. Let me follow you, Weenie Hut Senior. You're always interacting with me. I don't know why I never followed you back. Check Twitter. Did Poopy Face send messages now? What does Poopy Face have to say? Here is proof. Uh-oh, Poopy Face with the proof. Okay. What the fuck? Is this a shark with grills? This is Poopy Face's anti-Skipman proof. All the people skipping Season 2, Episode 4 because it was filler. Yeah, I don't think anyone should have skipped any episodes of the show. I'm pretty against that. For, like, any show. Unless it's like an anthology, and you really don't like an episode, then it doesn't matter, because the episodes aren't connected. That's different. Why would my stream get taken down, Poopy Face? It was a shark with grills. It doesn't matter what website it's from. What the fuck website is that from, Poopy Face? What the fuck? I mean, there's nothing graphic in it. Well, thinking we might wrap up a little bit soon. I don't think that Season 1 was filler. People say that. Oh, the game over? We'll chat a little bit more, and then, we'll end. Well, I won't tell you guys the origin of the shark picture, but, it's not a happy it's not a happy origin. Fuck. I didn't know that. Blame Poopy Face. Be mad at him. Let me go full screen and we can talk a little bit more. Oh, I've been full screen. I was playing the game still. I forgot I went full screen. Yeah, I don't think that there's any filler. Unless you want to count, the shut-in, but I think that that's just fun. I wouldn't consider that filler. It's just a fun non-canon episode. But it depends on your definition of filler. Everyone has different definitions of filler. You think the Grubhog was foreshadowing of Marcy? I'd have to go back and rewatch the Grubhog. Yeah, there's always filler discourse with Amphibia. It's a constant. I wouldn't even consider the shut-in filler. It's just non-canon. That doesn't mean filler. To me. Like I said, everyone has their own different definitions of filler. So are there any more pressing issues that need to be addressed before I end stream, you guys? You wish that they would do another Halloween episode? I mean, one Halloween episode and then a Christmas episode. I think that's fine. Yeah, Halloween is my favorite holiday. Alright, Poopy Face, this is the last time I'm checking something from you. Thank you, JFM. Okay, Poopy Face, so I'm going to choose to believe that Matt Brawley did talk about the Skip Man. I will do my own research. Yeah, Thidges. I think it's because the season finale is going to be a double-length episode, though. Alright, thank you guys for coming and hanging out. It was a good chat, lots of fun discussion. Temple Frogs did win out the poll by 2 votes, I guess? Or 1? Just 1. Frog of the Year shows Anne statue. There's all the arm foreshadowing W. Gibson. It's crazy. Yeah, I'm ending Poopy Face. If you want to talk about Molly, you can hop into my DMs, Poopy Face. But I want to keep this stream focused on the one show. Thank you, Riley. No, Poopy Face. Not everyone that watches Amphibia watches Molly McGee. Nope, Poopy Face. You don't own my time, sucker. But you can DM me, and I'll probably talk back. How far am I into DuckTales? No other show talking. No other show talking. No, we're done. Peace.